we doing, Johnny boy?
Yeah, mate, I'm good. You?
I'm all right. Yeah, it's episode 5 of the Groove Junction.
5. Give me a high five, man.
Smash, smasher. Episode 5, and we're still on the air. People are still liking.
We haven't been censored yet.
We haven't been removed. People are enjoying it. Once again, this week we've had some really good comments from people. Like I said the other day, it's getting better and better. And I'm telling you now, this episode, I think, is the best episode we've done so far. And I'm saying
I
that
don't know how you can say that. We haven't even done it yet.
20 seconds in, but I can guarantee now this is going to be good. All right?
Spin on that thing. Let's do it.
All right, let's not go with
You guys think this is water, don't you?
No.
You know, it's
Do we need to end the podcast? Thank you for listening to the Groove Junction. We'll see you next week in episode 6.
You know what? I'm in a really good mood today. I'm really in a good mood.
I'm really good. Yeah. I mean, for me, the diazepam is completely worn off. I'm back to my normal self. I'm not the drowsy djmattyf that you had last week. And when I watched it back on video, I thought, oh my gosh, that man is like on some serious painkillers, and he was. But
that makes this podcast rather difficult for me. If you're not on drugs this week, then I'm gonna get ripped apart. I know I am.
I'm on form, my friends.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. It's coming.
Before we get into today's episode, Johnny, there's a few things I need to let our audience know. So, firstly, YouTube page. The YouTube page for the Groove Junction is up and running. It's there. You can watch shorts. You can watch the episodes back. So the YouTube page is there for the Groove Junction. We have also got a website, and it is www.thegroovejunction.com. Okay, so we've got a website dedicated to the Groove Junction, and embedded into that, and there will be captions on the screen. I haven't done the edit yet because we're doing this right now, but there will be captions. We have our own personal email addresses in relation to that. So you've got my one, which is showing up on the screen in front of me, and you've got John's, which is showing up along. I can't point. You point, John. Just do the point. No, a little bit more over the other way.
No, it's not. It's there, man.
No. Keep going. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, that's where your email address is. I know you can't actually see it yet, but in the edit it will be there.
Oh, so
yeah, okay. So we've got our own personal email addresses for the Groove Junction as well. So we've just done that bit, John. You don't need to do it again. Visually, I'm talking to people that are watching, people that are listening when they're driving home from a gig or going to a gig, are thinking, what are they going on about? Ultimately, go to our website, www.thegroovejunction.com, and you will find all the details about us, about the podcast, and the podcasts are also embedded into that website. We're going, what did you say? Global. Yeah, I don't know. We're going up in the world.
Absolutely.
I'm setting loads of things up, and John's just sitting back and taking the credit. That's how it is, isn't it, John?
You know what? Very.
You can't say that much, right, when people are listening to the podcast.
Okay. You know that gap between your fingerprints on your fingerprint? You know that little gap between each fingerprint? That's how guilty I feel about you doing all the work.
That's tiny.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's a team effort at the end of the day.
I'd only be a hindrance if I was trying to help you edit. You've seen how I edit my videos.
Oh, yes, I have, and it's a good job.
So that's why I leave it to you.
It's a good job I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, as always, Johnny boy,
yep.
How was your weekend? What did you get up to this weekend?
Right, so my weekend started Thursday. Did a big school, Filston School. It's like a private boarding school.
School. Yeah, private school.
Yeah. So international students come over. They come over a week before school starts, and they familiarise themselves with the school and the teachers, wherever it is. And I do a little disco for them, just so that they can sort of meet everybody in a relaxed atmosphere, not a school atmosphere. Disco, have a dance, have a sing a song, whatever, and all of that. So I did that.
International. So what we talking international wise from people perspective? Where we're at with that?
So Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
French.
Where's your Spanish?
Italian. No, paella. Paella Spanish.
It's a food, and
there you go.
Don't know many song requests in Paella. So would you go with the Macarena?
You know what? That was the top song that was asked. That was asked for 5 times by 5 different people.
That's a surprise.
Yeah. So
by the Spanish, was it?
What's that?
By the Spanish.
I have
what
no
requesting?
I have no
so
idea. No. I'll be honest. I couldn't understand them. There was a language barrier. So I just got them to write it down on their phone. Right.
Okay.
So it pops up with a Spotify picture, and I'm like tapping away, and I'm like, oh my God, I've got that.
Google Translate.
Yeah,
mate, Translate.
I love Google Translate.
Okay.
I love that. Yeah, okay. So that was that. That was good. Bit of fun. It was only a couple of hours. They fed me as well. They fed me at barbecue.
Well, we talked about food and all that sort of stuff in this week's podcast.
I don't get food when I come around your house. I've been waiting for this barbecue that you've been promising me for like months and months and months. Come round early. I'll put something on the grill. So yeah, okay, right, let's go. But that's it. We're off.
I would say, John, you were very, very late that day because you.
I was.
Left your controller on your laptop. But we'll talk about that story later on.
Let's not split hairs. I haven't exactly got a lot of hair, Matt, to be fair. Yeah. Then, right, and then Friday night, I did a 40th birthday, which when he booked me up last year, he said, look, you come round, around my house, that's fine, no problem. He goes, look, don't text me, don't email me, it's a complete surprise. I said, no problem. I said, I'll wait for you. He texted me last week, just to let you know, everything's still okay for the party, are you okay, blah, 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 do you need anything? No. By the way, the missus knows. She went through my phone, she found out everything, so she's no longer a surprise anymore.
Man.
But it was really good, and worked with another supplier. We did the balloons and the light up number. She was lovely. Yeah. So yeah, that was Friday. That was a midnight finish. I was back by 1. That was good. And then Saturday, what did I do Saturday? So Saturday I did the breakfast show first of all, 6 amp.
Yep.
Did that, and then I come around yours.
You came around mine, and why did you?
Because we did a lap, like half a lap at the M25, and we went to Guildford for a silent disco.
Got the feeling that you were really struggling to work out what you did on the Saturday when you were with me. Then all of a sudden, no, I could hear. Like I'm in Hertfordshire, you're in Essex, and I could hear the cogs turning in your brain, going, "What did I do on Saturday?" Oh, that's right. I was with djmattyf, and we were in Guildford doing silent disco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was good. It was good. I loved it. I loved it.
I'm pleased you loved it, and no doubt we'll talk about it very, very soon. Yeah. So my point of view, I did silent discos Friday and Saturday in Guildford. We had a couple of teams of DJs for Friday night and Saturday night. So that was Guildford on Saturday, and I went to Plaza, which, if anyone doesn't know what Plaza's about, Plaza is exhibition show for the big boys. No, the big boys come out with their big toys. I mean, I've seen moving heads that are bigger than my 6-year-old child. I kid you not. That there is some equipment there that just blew my mind. There was sound stuff. There was loads of lighting. There, you name it. It was pretty much in there.
Where was it? Where was Plaza? Where was it?
It was at the Olympia.
Okay.
In London. And just for a little bit of a teaser flavour of what it was, I'm just going to show you a little video. Is that all right? Can I show a little video?
Yeah, mate, let's do it.
And this is also, the fact that I'm showing you a little bit of a video, this is also an indication for those guys who have never seen us before on our podcast. Go ahead and look at it on YouTube or even on Spotify, and you'll be able to watch this little video in relation to what I saw at Plaza on Sunday. It was incredible. Let me see if I can get this on. So this was the road stand, and that had some lighting, my friends.
I was going to say there's some pretty big boy lighting there, isn't there? There's a lot of lighting, and they've got an LED back video wall as well, by the looks of it as well. 3
yeah, only 4. Yeah, so that was the road one, and then this was the beams one. Oh look, there's Sam, the light tech from Silent Discos in Incredible Places, and the Boom Group. Yeah, and there was so much going on. I kid you not, it was incredible. I'm not even going to go into the costs of some of those moving heads. I mean, we're talking like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 grand. Like I
What, for
mean,
one?
just for one. I mean, there's the big boy one.
Yeah.
It was the big boy show. Like it was
So,
incredible.
yeah.
It was great to walk around and see it all. It was something I was definitely not going to get my wallet out. It wasn't like I was going to the photo booth expo or
You're not going to spend a couple £100, are you?
where no, or even going to Cedar and spending some money, getting the wallet out from that perspective. But it was it was
Look
good.
good. Look good. Look busy. Look busy.
It was immense. I've never seen so much haze in a building ever.
Yeah, see,
There was
that's the only
haze
thing.
everywhere.
That is the only thing. You go to these shows and they're allowed to use haze, and the lights look fantastic.
Lasers.
Yeah, for us as mobile DJs, we go, no, you can't use smoke.
No, you
Sets
can't
off
use
the
that.
alarms. Can't do it. It's just like, no.
So so that was my weekend. But you obviously came to me on Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
You parked your car at mine, and
I did.
then we got in a car, and then we had a little chat. Should we? Should we?
Let's have it.
But we had a chat on the way to Guildford, and here it is. Right. Well, luckily enough, me and you are in a car together today, and we are driving to a gig that we are both on the bill on tonight. It's another silent disco in Guildford, Guildford Cathedral, around 700 people. 2 sessions, so 1,400 people.
Is it 2 sessions?
2 sessions, yeah, 2 sessions.
I love 2 sessions.
You like 2 sessions?
Yeah, I do.
You like doubling up? Yes, 2 sessions tonight. But I thought the fact that we're in the car, I think it's quite a good topic for us to talk about, in the sense of, it doesn't matter if you're going with somebody or you're going with a roadie or you're going on your own. What I want to talk about now is, how do we feel about going? Have you got everything? Have you put everything in your car or your van that you needed? Is there stuff going through your mind? Have you been to the venue before? What's the setup like at the venue? Have you already had those visits? Doesn't matter what the show is or the gig that you're doing. When are you allowed in the venue to set up? These are all the sort of things that I think about when I'm driving.
Oh, I'm the same gig. 100% I'm the same all the time. Even today, coming over to you today to go to Guildford. The other week, I got halfway, not halfway, but 20 minutes down the road, and I realised I'd forgotten my laptop. So I had to turn around and go get my laptop.
Yeah, you're going to need it.
Yeah,
Suggest.
Well, the funny thing with that one is that I don't actually need a laptop because I've got everything on my standalone controller.
Because you got
Denon. I got the Prime 4 Plus. Yeah. The problem was I left the controller at home as well. It was a complete.
Okay, so
it went wrong.
First and foremost, you were that excited to get out of the house.
Hell yeah.
Leave your collie behind.
Yeah.
Then once you're on the road, you do that general sweep beyond.
That.
My gosh, I've forgotten something. I need to go back. And then when you go back, you then really realise you've left your laptop, you've left the controller.
Yeah. And all I got was, what are you doing here? Not, is everything okay? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Well,
what did that tell you?
She wants me to go and earn the money because she wants like 3 holidays a year.
And this 3 holiday a year thing is starting to become a bit of a theme.
Yeah.
Amongst DJ wives.
I think so. Partners. Absolutely. But no, you're right. I mean, I get in the car and I've loaded my car up with stuff, and I make my way on the journey, and I think, right, let's look at my setup. Right, have I got the speakers? I've got the stands. Right, I've got the desk. I've got this. I've got that. I just kind of go over everything, make sure I've got my spare microphone. I've got my spare controller. I've got a couple of spare, I've got a bag of spare cables. So that side of it, I'm like, okay, if it to go horribly wrong, I can get myself out of it. I can get myself through the gig. And then it's like, if I haven't been to a venue before, what's the loading like? It's always the loading. What is the loading like? Am I going to have to park half a mile down the road and ball it all up? Is it upstairs? I've been to a couple of venues where it's upstairs. You turn up and it's upstairs and you just think, hey, I should have quoted another £200 for this because this is like a complete ball ache.
Because of it being a little bit of an ache for you, I might have to leave out the ball bit. I've just said it now.
Dumb blooper.
Because of the loading, you're thinking...
No, I wouldn't. No, of course I wouldn't. No, would you? Would you? Oh
It depends.
my God.
Tell us what you think. Tell us in the comments. If you can make comments on YouTube or whatever platform or whatever you're listening to, let us know. Do you add on a little bit extra on the price because of the venue and what you've got to do when you get to the venue in the sense of the unloading and the loading back in? Not so much the start of the gig, it's afterwards as well.
Yeah. No, it is as well. Yeah.
So, okay. So you're thinking, have I got everything?
Yeah, haven't got everything. What's the venue like? You know, the loading, obviously the loading and everything. And then I'm thinking, like, what kind of crowd have we got? Because I don't know these people. You know, what kind of crowd? Am I going to have like a real drunken crowd or a proper rowdy, and all they want is garage and drum and bass? Or am I going to have a family event that want a bit of everything from the 50s, 60s right the way through to today, along with all the cheesy stuff? So I'm kind of thinking about that. I'm thinking if I've got like, you know, this sort of age crowd, I'm going to go in with this and this. So, yeah, I've got that. I can do that. That's not a problem. And then if I've got the other end of it, it's like garage, drum and bass, jungle and all that sort of stuff. Kind of a little, I'm not out of my depth with it, but it's like, yeah, I'm not a big lover of drum and bass.
Do you not do your homework before, like the sense of what,
Yeah, no,
whatever that part? So I think for weddings, people go, yeah, we want this type of music.
Yeah,
We want that.
yeah.
And with the consultations that you're doing,
yeah.
that sort of comes natural. It'd be interesting though from our viewers and our listeners, do you do the same level of consultation for an 18-year-old birthday party, a 25-year-old birthday party, a 30th, a 40th?
No, they're not the same.
Just
not the same.
turn up.
No. I don't just turn up. Well, I turn up because I've got to. I've got to turn up.
Or you've got your controller and your laptop as well.
Yeah, mind you saying that, I did the wedding last week and I got there and I'm like, oh, I've left my iPad at home, which I needed to control my 8 labs. But there you go. As another thing. So I did forget it. But luckily I was only 10 minutes down the road from where I live. So, but no,
It's turning into a bit of a habit.
I'm getting old, mate. Getting a little forgetful.
You need to start writing it down.
Mate, I've got notes on my phone and everything, but the thing is I can never remember where I put them. That's the problem. But no, it's they don't get the same amount of consultation as they would with a bride and groom. I do speak.
Why though?
Why?
Why that side of things?
Well, I think that, you know, if you're going to have like the 30th or 40th birthday party, it's a birthday party. There's no first dance, there's no bride, there's no bouquet toss, there's no cake cutting, nothing like that. There might be a birthday cake maybe. I mean, that song's pretty generic. It's going to be happy birthday, you know, so it's not like
Stevie.
More than likely Stevie. Yeah, more than likely. So no, they don't get like the, you know, 3 FaceTime calls or Teams calls or Zoom calls.
I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, when I've booked or I've had a booking for a birthday party, a 40th, 30th, whatever it is, I always ask them for a playlist.
No, I always with the.
I don't want to go in blind.
No. And I do say, I mean, people say like, how many songs do I put down? And I do say to them, look, put as many as you like down. It'll give me a really good idea of what kind of music you're into.
Yeah.
You know, so if you put a list of 120 songs, no problem. You're not going to get 100. Salute the magpie. Quick, salute them. Too late.
Sorry, we've just seen the magpie in the car. We've still got another hour's worth of drive. Concentrate on driving.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. That's going to be the shortest conversation ever. I've got us down the road because I didn't salute a magpie.
I mean, well, I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
So, yeah, I get them to send me a list of music that they like and this and the other. I mean, it's quite handy because I use that CRM Studio Ninja. I've created a questionnaire where it's like, can you listen to music? And they get that with all their paperwork.
I've done the same.
Yeah, done the same.
Yeah.
Did you copy me?
No, I think I had it before you did.
Oh, I don't think so. I think you copied me.
No, I think
Right, you know.
if you're talking about an order of Studio Ninja,
I think it's one of the
I think it
first
went 247 after
Yeah.
that, from what I remember.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, they get the questionnaire and they can fill out a song. And I do say to them as well, if your guests want request, do you want request? I ask them if they mind having requests. I've done parties where no requests. I don't want any requests. And I do put a do not playlist. So if you don't want to listen to the Cha Cha Slide or the Macarena, yeah. Oh, mate, yeah. Some people don't want it. Some people don't want it.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Let us know in the comments. Give us a good comment, whether it's on YouTube or any other platforms that we're using. What song is a big no-no that's coming up more and more often at the gigs that you're doing?
What's yours? When they come up and they give, can you play this? And you give it, oh, mate, really? Go on, I've got one in my head straight away, Fosh, like that.
You give me yours, and I have to think about it because it's been like from a wedding perspective, you always get like the bride or groom who previously been married previously before, and they had a song that was part. Yeah, so that's definitely a no.
Right. No, but just like a song, like a song that you go by, and so there's always someone who gives it. Can you play this? And you give it. Oh, really? I hate this song. For me, while you're thinking. Mine is Cameo's Candy. It's too long, it's too boring, and no one really knows the dance. Let's be honest. I don't know.
Okay, now this is a very topical conversation now, this one, because we know a few DJs out there that love this song.
I'll stand it.
It is all about, it never goes down, it always goes down well.
No.
You know, I think ultimately, yes, there's different parts of the country because we DJ across the whole of the UK. And, you know, to be fair, with all of the songs that we do, even within the silent disco world, that when we're touring the UK, we could do a set in Essex one week, like I did, and then I went up to York the next day and did a different set list. And the stuff that was like really loved in the South wasn't particularly liked in the North. There's a definitely, not saying there's a North and South divide because I don't want to start opening that can of worms.
No, that's a big can of worms.
On the podcast. But I think regionally,
No,
some songs go down better than others.
I do hear that, but I'm not saying that song wouldn't go down very well when the party are doing, but when they...
I think you just dug yourself.
No, but like... You need
a ladder down there, John.
I salute... So what I'm saying is, for me, I don't like that song. I just think it's very long and it's very boring. I don't like it, right? That was the question was, what song don't you like when they come up and ask for it, right?
Yeah.
So there's no right or wrong answer, to be fair. You're trying to make me look stupid, which isn't hard.
I mean, this is week number 5, John.
I know.
And it's becoming a little bit easy.
Easy? What, taking a mickey out of me?
No, it's all in the good jest and good heart and good banter. I just think I don't
know how you can say that. I mean, I cry myself to sleep most nights. Monday night, honestly, mate, honestly.
You put me on the right guilt trip now. Monday night, you might be crying your eyes out. I'm sat there for like 2-3 hours editing away, laughing my head off, how to make you look a little bit silly in some shorts.
And that takes you 2 or 3 hours to make me look silly. Wow.
There's a lot of material.
Do you need a ladder?
Yeah, sorry, do I need a ladder now?
Yeah. Right.
I think for me, the song that stands out, I just go, oh, really not again.
There's so many.
There is so many. I think this is going to be a little bit controversial, I think. I don't know. Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars.
Oh, Uptown Funk?
Yeah, that sort of just gets on my nerves a little bit.
It'd be kind of overplayed.
Yeah.
You know? It's a bit like Free From Desire. That was great when it first came out. It was great a couple of years ago, and now it's kind of,
No, I think that's a big winner now. I think we've sort of gone back. I mean, you think now in the charts this week, because of Deadpool, Backstreet Boys are like in the top 20 now or something on the UK chart.
Yeah. Do you know the dance?
I might.
The dance, did you?
I'm a bit of a Backstreet Boys lover. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Did that sound right? I don't know.
And he's got the bottom bunk.
Gone back to buttons again. No, I like. Look, I think Free From Desire. I think it's a great one. It does get people going.
Yeah, it does.
When it first came out for us, I don't remember it being a bigger hit.
And what it is now.
We were clubbing.
Yeah.
And you were working the doors.
Yes.
Of the club.
Yes.
And I was in there. You were throwing me out. I think from when we were clubbing at that, I can't remember the song being so out there. Whereas now you put it on, it gets a reaction instant.
Yeah, it does.
And it like you can like you throw that into it, like on any mix, throw it in, people recognize it instantly, and they know it's coming, and they're really up for it. So I think it is slightly different from when we were clubbing and seeing that, you hearing it every night in the club. So now I think there's a lot better reaction to that now than there was back in the day for me.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I do think you're right. Yeah.
Good. Can we have that in writing?
No.
So, all right, so let's get slightly back on track then. So we've loaded up, we've got everything, we're heading to the venue. All the thoughts are going through your head, like, oh, is that first dance going to go off the way it is? Is it going to click?
Yeah.
You know, have I downloaded the song properly, or have I got that song already in my playlist that I know? Because it's a big fit. Like, I still get a little bit anxious, to be honest, about
I'm the same.
the first dance.
Yeah.
I did, like, on Monday, the most recent wedding I did last Monday, it was like, oh, there's a lot of pressure on me on this first dance because, one, the bride didn't even know what the first dance was going to be.
That's right.
The groom,
chose
the
it.
one who chose it.
Yeah.
Two, I don't need this to really mess up in any way, shape, or form because it's quite a big thing because everybody's watching them.
Yeah.
Everyone's hearing the song. It's like,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm the same. So you get anxious just before the first dance. The front of the house, will come up to me and they say, like, we're going to do the first dance. I get, right, I'll quickly go for my nervous wee. I've got to go to the toilet, I have the nervous wee. You get there and there's like nothing happening and you just feel I'm just nervous. But then as soon as I push play and it starts playing, I'm good to go. I'm all right. But I do make sure I've got like 2 copies of the tend to make sure I've got 2 copies.
Okay.
Because I've got 4 decks on my controller. I predominantly play out of channels 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But I will have a song on channel 3 as well as a backup, just in case. There you go. So yeah. But yeah, you always know. And the thing is as well, when you say about being anxious, as soon as you get on that microphone, if you've got like 100, 150 people that are ready to do, like, watch the first dance, as soon as you get on, they all look at you because you're talking to them. And they look at you. So, you're
doing that whole welcome to the dance.
Yeah, that's it. And
your bride and groom, blah, 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 give them a nice big cheer, whip them all up.
That's it.
And you're then ultimately in control as soon as you hit that play button. One, because you've been playing background music. Have I got the volume?
Yeah, exactly that. That's another big thing.
Another thing that goes through my mind, like, am I going to be getting this bang on? It's going to come in at the right level that I want it to.
Yeah, you don't want it coming out bosh in your face so loud. It's got to be just right. And the other thing as well,
lights.
Yeah, light.
Getting the lights.
Yeah.
Ready.
See, now that's another. The lighting for me is a big part of the show, if you like, the wedding is the show that we're going to put on. But I always go and talk to the photographer. And I always say to the photographer, right, I've got lights, I'm going to do lights. This is what I'm planning on doing. Is it going to mess up your pictures, right?
I've never done that.
Have you not?
No. Especially
quite a few years ago, I did a wedding and my friend was the photographer. Not a professional photographer. The bride and groom just wanted someone to take pictures.
Yeah.
And he was taking pictures and, he said, I've got the pictures. A few days later, I've got the pictures. I'll send them over. He sent them over. And there was a cracking picture of the bride and groom just looking at each other, dancing on the dance floor. Oh, hello.
You just told us there's heavy traffic approaching.
Yeah. And she's not lying. Look, it was slowing down.
Not lying.
He's not lying. So I had a look at these photos. There's a beautiful picture of the bride and groom.
Yeah.
And the problem is that it had red, green, and blue sort of dots. Right, and these were the lights I had at the time. Red, blue, all over her dress. Yeah, I
don't do the dots.
Don't do the dots. I don't do dots. Don't do dots. But it ruined that picture because, I said, can you edit him out? He said, no, not really. Timex, you remember that? Timex on the screen. So now I say to the bride and groom, listen, I've spoken to the photographer, so we get that perfect picture of you, dancing. We're not going to have any lights on until after the first dance.
Yeah.
We'll do that. And then usually, to be fair, they're like, oh, yeah. Can I say to them, at the end of the day, you're only going to get married the once. So you're only going to have this dance once together. Sort of thing. And they say to them, look, we don't want to ruin it with lights. So I go and talk to the photographer. I go and talk to the videographer as well. Yeah. Some people are like, look, it's their wedding. I want every single light on. And I'm like, okay, if that's what you want, but yeah, the lighting,
I mean, very classy if you hit all those switches and everything comes on.
No.
Like a nice big rainbow and there's traces done.
Yeah. I think it needs to be quite romantic. I have like hearts going around the room and all of that.
I understand.
And if the bride and groom want to do like half and half, like the other half get their friends and family on, I do that. And if there's not a bride and father dance, if there's not one of them, we go straight in party, then could put all the lights on. It's summertime's a bit pants really, because you want to put all the lights on, but it's still like,
bright sunshine outside, so you kind of lose the effect a little bit. It's not really till it gets dark, and then by then your lights have been running, and they're kind of used to it then. So there's not the impact that the lights have gone on, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on you.
He does, yeah, no, he does. Yeah, he does. Absolutely. I mean, if you're in a cave, then it's different. Yeah,
There's not going to be much light coming in the cave.
Well, I did a party a little while ago, and they said, "Oh, you can't do any sound check till 6 o'clock." Why is that? They said, "Because you're underneath a church." We was underneath the church.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right.
Back in a few years back, you finish your gig, you turn all your lights, you turn your lights off straight away as soon as you finish the gig, because they needed to cool down before you could put them away. Well, everything's LED, so you haven't got to worry about
blowing the bulb because you've taken out the bracket too quickly.
That's it. You ain't got to worry about that. But also, with the uplighters and all of that, it doesn't matter if a child goes up and touches it, because they're not going to get burnt.
No.
Because they're LED. They're not. They get warm. They don't get hot.
No.
So in a way, that stuff is a lot more safer.
Yeah.
Than what it used to be. A lot of people sort of say, "Oh, I'm worried about putting my uplighters," and I am one of them people. I was one of them. "Oh, do you worry about putting your uplighters around the room?" I put my uplighters around the room, big room, small room, and touch wood, nothing has gone missing or damaged or broken or anything.
Still all mine.
And even with the silent discos, what do we have? 36, 40 odd uplighters out. Yeah, none of them go missing. None of them get damaged.
It's quite hard picking up an uplighter and walking out with it.
Yeah,
see it. Our balls are quite small.
Yeah, you can't fit them in your pocket, probably. Yeah,
well,
the ones we use at the silent discos are a little bit different.
The ones are quite small as well. You see them in the...
Yeah. Well, they're a lot heavier though. The cans, yeah. The cans you get.
Hopefully, I think just to wrap this up, what we're saying is do your homework, do your prep, get everything sorted before you get there, so in your mind you're all good to go when you get there, and just try and be as flexible as you possibly can when you get to the venue, because you don't know where you're going to be set up. You don't know where they're saying, "Oh, the bride wants you there," or the birthday boy or birthday girl have told us that that's where you're going to be setting up. Once you see the space, your equipment you've got. Work out, right, if I put that there, I can put that there. Actually, I can move a speaker over there because I've got quite a long DMX audio cable to that. Whatever it is, just be flexible with that, and just have confidence with all the stuff that you've got and you've bought, and run with it.
I think the other thing as well with it is that you don't want to be overthinking things. Try not to overthink things and put unnecessary pressure on yourself before you've even got there. Because that venue is there. It doesn't matter what you're thinking in the journey from there, to get there. Nothing's going to change with that venue. You don't know what it is until you get there. It's not going to change in that time just because you really want this particular setup. When you get there, you're going to have to deal with it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Make yourself even more anxious about getting there because, oh, what if I can't do? What if? When you get there, you can go, okay, can't do that. I'm going to do this. There's no point putting so much pressure and stress on yourself before you get to the gig, especially if you've never been to that venue before.
100%.
Because you're just going to wind yourself up and you get anxious and you'll make yourself feel sick.
Good advice, John. Like it.
Thank you very much.
Nice little chat, that.
Yeah, enjoyed that.
Yeah. Let's go back and see what John and Matty are saying on the rest of the podcast.
Good shout.
Let's do it.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we're back. What were those two daft idiots talking about in that car?
They don't have to talk a load of old rubbish, did they?
So, I don't think we'll have them on the show next week.
No, I don't think we should, mate. I feel like I've got tinnitus already.
How do you think I felt if you sat next to me in the car for an hour and a half?
Well, man, it weren't that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad about it, other than your general direction of where you were in the world.
No idea.
Oh, there's an airplane. Where are we? Oh, Heathrow Airport.
I can see the people waving out the window. I think it was a bit low, isn't it?
Anyway, we had that chat. It was good. It was good. But let's follow on from that a little bit, because we talked about the equipment that we're taking, all of that sort of stuff that we're getting into it. Yeah. Talk about music, because we touched on that we were going to talk about music this week, last week. Yeah. So let's talk about music, and I'm going to open the question up to you, John, because you know I like to ask the question.
It's going to be a hard question. I'm not going to know the answer to, isn't it?
No,
Just to make me look
it's one
more
on DJ.
stupid than
It's
I
one
already
on
am.
DJ, not politics. All right, I'll start with that one. Okay.
Thank God.
Do yeah, do you buy music from iTunes? Do you stream music? Do you buy from other sources? Give me your lowdown on what you do with your music, my friend.
Right, okay. So if I'm doing a wedding and I've got a first dance and I haven't got their first dance song, I will always buy the first dance song from iTunes. Right? Always.
Why?
Just because I know it's going to be one that it's going to be the correct song. I know the quality is going to be very, very good. And I know that I can get it just like that.
Okay. Yeah, good.
Okay. So that is for the first dance.
I'm happy with that response.
Yep. I do stream some music. I use Tidal. So I do stream some music.
There's other platforms available.
There is other platforms available, but I did use a platform called BeatSource.
Yeah, I
couldn't get on
used to
with it.
use
Couldn't get on with it.
I used BeatSource for a little while, and the reason why I use BeatSource and I play for like the ultimate package in BeatSource, where you could actually download a load of music and you weren't actually streaming it.
Right. Okay.
So I had that, but I also use Tidal.
Yeah. I use Tidal. That's more for if someone comes up and says, "Has you got like this song?" And I'm like, "I've never even heard of it."
Yep.
And I will use Tidal for that. I've got.
Was that the case when you did your?
Yes, it was. It was. I mean, these couple of girls, they come up and they said, "We really want some like Afro beats and all that." Now I have got Afro beats, but they come up with this like I've never heard of them. Never heard of them. And I'm like, okay, let's have a look on Tidal. And it was literally the first.
It's sat there.
It was it. I was like, right. And that made them happy because they asked for a song and I got it. So they were happy with that. So yeah, so I use that I don't tend to use it very much if I'm honest. The other sources I use is Extender Mix. Now I use Extender Mix because
I haven't heard of this one.
So Extender Mix it's like a subscription based platform where they've got loads of music on there, but they're also they're music videos. So if you're like a video DJ, you can download them in MP. Okay. Now what I do is I download them as an MP4. And then I convert them to MP3 and then put the MP4 on I don't put the MP4 on my laptop to play. I can do, but it's so much bigger than an MP3. It takes up all my memory.
Yeah, massive.
So all the videos go onto an external hard drive because I don't video DJ very often. Okay. It's not something that I kind of like to say that I can do this because it's quite a lot of hard work really being a video DJ. If you've got the Hunter or you've got the Opti 3, I think the booth. Yeah, it's quite simple, but I haven't got that yet. So, and then so I'll get a lot. Now I pay £20 a month for that subscription, and I get 40 credits. And 40 credits is basically a song, but they do 9 times out of 10 they do 4 different versions of the song. Right. So you get like a clean edit, you get a clean extended edit.
I'm all about the clean edits.
Yeah, but me too.
Especially for a silent disco in a cathedral, needs to be a clean edit.
It does, but then it does. I think it does at most parties as well because you've got young children there.
For sure.
So you get a dirty edit and then you get a dirty extended edit and then you get a like a remix edit, which is basically a 15-20 second intro. Right.
Sorry, I'm chuckling to myself because I'm in my head as you're talking about an extended dirty. I'm just thinking, oh, this is going to be a great short. This is going to be a great short for TikTok.
Yeah. So yeah, but if you download all 5 of them, it only counts as 1 credit.
Right.
So
okay.
You can get. So I use that a lot. I do use that a lot. I don't use Spotify at a party to play. I've got the premium subscription, and I don't get no adverts. I could do if I wanted to, but I don't. I don't do YouTube rips either. I don't do that.
Never do YouTube.
I don't really do Spotify. I do ask my customers if you want to compile a list in Spotify, send it over to me, and then I'll work my way through it and I'll find it on my laptop. I do it that way. I know that there are programs out there where you can type in the URL for the Spotify playlist and then it'll find it on your computer and all of that. But my laptop, for my music laptop, it's just literally music. I don't even think it goes on the internet to be fair. It does to update certain bits, but it's not an everyday use laptop for work and all that. It's purely just for music. So
nice.
And I think that's pretty much where I'll get my, Master Mix stuff, and DMC Download is another one I will use as well.
I've obviously heard of Master Mix, but
Yeah.
DMC Download.
Yeah, so it's very similar to Master Mix. You can get hour-long edits like pre-mixed CDs. You get all the latest, like the songs that are coming out, or like promos, DJ only promos that we think this song's going to do well in 6 weeks' time, 6 months' time, whatever. Yeah, they again, it's another subscription-based platform, a bit like Master Mix. You can subscribe to DJ Beats and DJ Edits and all of the Essential Mix and all that. And you can buy crates, you can buy individual tracks, so those are pretty much the ones that I do use. I don't use DMC very often. I tend to go for Master Mix, to be fair. If I was to download, especially in one individual track, if I didn't have it on Spotify. The price is about the same. They're about 99p a track. And I think that
on Master Mix.
Yeah.
So why go YouTube then? So why go iTunes or to buy actually a song if you can actually buy it from?
I don't. It's a good question. I don't really know the answer. It's just one of the. Yeah, it's just something that I've always done. It's just that go to iTunes. Yeah, I know it's going to be.
So what you're telling me is you're a habit of creature.
A creature of habit, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Sorry.
No, the day hasn't played anymore.
Okay. All right. You
got
me on that one. All right, well done.
Yeah, I'm a bit creature of habit, if you like. I know what I like. I know I've not had any problems with any of the stuff that I bought downloaded from other places. So I kind of stick with those sort of.
All right. Have you? Okay. So in relation to all of this, and you saying you have never had any problems, have you had drama where you can't get what you needed, or something's happened during a gig?
Right. So music-wise, not so long ago, I had to do a wedding, and their entrance song was this classical music piece. Okay. And it was nowhere. The only place I could find it was on Amazon Music. Right. Now, I only wanted this one track, which was 3 minutes long. I had to buy the whole album.
Yeah.
Right. And it was just like, I'm never going to play this again, ever.
No.
So,
I'm laughing because I've done the same thing.
Yeah. So I had to buy the whole album. So, I mean, there was that. And last year, not so much with music, but my controller just stopped mid-gig. Just give up my Denon Prime 4.
Not 4 Plus.
No, not the 4 Plus, not the 4 Plus. So that went on for ages. I do think it's important if you've got one and you've got the space in your car, to have a backup. It doesn't necessarily have to be a controller, but you need some sort of a backup in case that happens. Because I was just like, I can't believe this has happened. Lucky, I had a spare controller.
Okay.
Now, I've now got 2 spare controllers, to be fair, but you can get away with doing it on an iPad if you can plug into your speakers. Just get an adapter from XLR to 3.5 jack or whatever. So that's the worst thing that's happened to me at a gig.
Okay, for people that are watching on Spotify or on YouTube, would love to hear if you've got any horror stories in relation to that when it comes down to music. And also let us know what you subscribe to and what you use if you've got subscriptions. How many subscriptions do you have? I mean, it looks like John spends quite a bit of money on the old subscriptions. This is where he tells me he's not, just in case the wife's listening.
Yeah, no, I do, but when the missus is like, oh, do you need to do? And I said, well, the thing is, love, I go out and I charge X, Y, Z for a
business.
Yeah,
it's the business, love.
You've got to spend money to make money at the end of the day, right?
But winning.
Yeah, but the thing is, we go out and say we charge 500 and 600 quid for a wedding, okay? And you've got to buy one for the first dance, and you want it to be perfect.
Yeah,
that's 99p out of £600. Come on,
that's fine. It's 599 pounds and 1 pence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but then I just think the other important thing, you must remember the days of LimeWire and BearShare where you and you'd get President Clinton coming halfway through. I did not have with Monica Lewinsky. Yeah, remember that?
I do remember that.
So I think it's very important that you.
There's some DJs out there listening to this going, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do sort of well proper old.
Yeah.
But I think it is important that if you do buy a track, I do think it is important to listen to it all the way through, just in case. you may have a dodgy download. It might cut off halfway through the song,
Yeah.
and you just give it, I bought it, it's okay. You know, well, I've been in situations, not with me, but I've been at parties where they've downloaded dodgy songs or whatever, right? Glitchy and up and down, and it stops and it starts, it stops. You know, they've got a dodgy download. Yeah, I've had that.
And this comes back to the whole that professional pride element to it.
100%.
You know, you are that front person to your company or whoever you're working for, whether you're working for an agent or anybody else, you are representing them, and you're also representing yourself, and you've got to be that person that, you know, not having those glitches. And I can tell you now 100%, I do not have spare equipment. I've never purchased a spare controller. I do not have a spare laptop. I don't. And, you know, touch wood. For people that are listening, I'm bashing my head together now.
No sense, no feeling, though.
No sense, no feeling. Once again, the diazepam's kicking in. It sounds like I'm sounds like a bit of a drug addict on diazepam.
Yeah, I mean,
If anybody's listening, I'm not. All right, I'm off the meds now. I'm off the meds. But I've stopped shaking your head and saying no. I don't have spare. I don't have the spare equipment. So I'd be interesting to know from people's comments in the chats whether you're doing that on Spotify or on YouTube. Let us know if you take out spare equipment for that reason.
Yeah.
I don't. I've never had an issue where it has come to that. And now, in relation to music, I'm exactly the same. If there's music that I cannot get on Tidal, I will purchase it from iTunes. I have always used Tidal for a number of reasons. One, the DJ algorithm application I use on my controller allows me to use Tidal, and there is plenty of other options out there, but I also have the capability through that platform of doing the video stuff as well. So if they're telling me when I get to a venue, right, you're going to be over there, and just by chance there is a massive HD TV screen there, I'll plug that in and throw you a few visualizers on there, as well as videos that I can stream directly from Tidal. Now, what I have started to do with Tidal, more so around the silent disco side of things, because, like I said, 70% of the time I'm going to be streaming. That doesn't normally work when you're working in the cathedral, because they've got some very, very thick walls, and they were built way before phone masts were put in place. And you just don't know where you're going to be in the country, and you have it. So there is an application that's connected to Tidal that I download, and I think I paid around about £90, and it goes directly to my account in Tidal, and I can download every song, and that's mine. That's mine. There's no expiry date on that. So all of my playlists in the crates that I've created on my application, I can download, and I have that as a backup, and that's purely on my laptop, and it's also on pen drives. So yeah, I only have one subscription, and that is through Tidal, but I've paid this £90 outright to download everything that's on there. And if I've uploaded or if I've added to a particular crate, I can then go back into my download application and say, just give me what I've just recently added. And it will just do those 2, 3, 4 songs that I've recently added to that playlist, and it will add it to the folder that I've already created.
Yeah. So going back to you don't carry any spares with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great that you've got faith in your equipment and you've not had any problems.
I had a little bit of a problem on Saturday.
Oh, you had to reset, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to reset. I had to turn off and reset. But
you know, there's a number of different companies out there that do. Hercules, for instance, they do a little mini controller which is literally the size of a packet of Pringles.
Yeah.
Okay. Less than £100.
Yeah.
You know, you can get the my spare is the FLX4, very small, very compact.
Yeah.
You know, now for people like yourself who've got like an SUV, but it is filled to the roof with gear and there isn't a lot of space. You know,
that's my car.
Yeah. Do you think, you know, because I know a lot of DJs out there that do carry do carry spares. I mean, some people like basically carry a full rig as a spare. I don't. You know.
I'm just not in a position to do that.
Would you not consider maybe I should just get a spare controller or something, like a small one, just to be on the safe side?
You got me thinking now. You got me thinking.
Yeah, well, I mean, I never had a spare controller up until you know, when I got the Denon, because I still took my old Tractor S5 with me. I still took that.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, I'm not used to this Prime 4, blah 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 blah. And it just so happened that it became habit to put that S5 in the car with all my gear, right?
Yeah.
So it was always there. And I needed it one night. Otherwise the wedding would have been over. It would have been very embarrassing for me, and it would have ruined, you know, Christian Sean's day. But you know, do you think now on you know what we're talking about and the comments that we have received in previous episodes, do you think that maybe you should? You've got to spend money. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, because you know.
We talk about spending money every week when we're on this. This is the 5th episode, and every episode we've talked about me putting my hand in my pocket.
Yeah.
I think it's food for thought at the end of the day. I think that I've got the LD Systems Maori 28s, and
Very nice.
Thank you very much, in white. But I can plug directly out of those with a cable into my phone, and not wanting to preach about my phone, but I've got the Galaxy Fold phone, so it can turn into a tablet, and I could download DJ algorithm.
I
could get round it.
You could get round it
very, very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the important thing. Can you, if it all goes peaked on the night, can you get round it and continue? Maybe not to the spec that you would normally.
No,
could you still continue to get? You can get through it, and that's what you need. That is what you need.
I think I could get through the night. I don't see the requirement. Phones are a lot more powerful these days.
Yeah. 100%.
As long as you've got the right lead, and I've got a lead that can go directly. You can either go in RCA cable into your phone, or you can go DMX convertible into a single jack into your phone. There's loads of different ways you can get around it. Phones are a lot more powerful than they ever used to be. Do I need to spend a fair few £100 on a controller? My only biggest issue that I would probably have is my laptop. That would be the only thing that would ever go wrong. But I've recently upgraded that probably at 8 months ago.
Yeah, see, with my laptop, I mean, I've got a MacBook, and my biggest fear is if it goes wrong. Because the reason I bought my MacBook is because that my other Windows laptop I used to have all the music started glitching and playing out, I had to shut down and this, that, and the other. So that was what sort of pushed me to go for the Prime 4, because it had an internal
memory.
It's a standalone unit. Yeah. So if my laptop does give up the ghost in the middle of the gig, I just push a button, switch it over to the internal, and
everything's there for you on the internal.
Exactly that.
So then the question I pose then, if it's all in the internal hard drive, why are you taking a laptop?
Well, see, the thing is,
you're a creature of habit.
Creature of habit. I mean, yeah, it's another episode, to be honest with you. But I mean, to be fair, I think when you use a certain application, you get used to it. You know where everything is, and I have
become second nature. I get that.
Yeah. So
and your fail safe. Sorry to interrupt you. And your fail safe is ultimately, if the laptop goes down, right, default mode, right, I'm going to the hard drive.
That's it. Although I have started using it without the laptop at kids' parties and outdoor events and things like that. So I'm starting to make the switch over.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah. Nice. I mean, listen, it'll be interesting to know what everyone thinks, what you use, how you use it, where you get your music from. You know, there is many different platforms out there that you can either stream from, you can either purchase from. So it'd be interesting to know what all of our listeners are saying and doing and how they're doing it, and if they're taking all those additional bits and pieces.
You got a bit excited Saturday night, didn't you? When I was Saturday night, we was on stage.
I always get excited on Saturday night when I'm standing next to you, John, but that's just another story.
For the record, right, we've only known each other 8 months.
Yes, we have.
So we're very, very early in our relationship.
It's like the first year of a marriage. After that, it always goes downhill.
But on Saturday, my phone went Studio Ninja, got a lead. right? Do you remember this?
You did.
Yeah.
How could I forget? Because you literally were like shoving it in my face, going, "Look at what I've just got." Yeah, go on.
I get
Where are you
excited
going with
when
this?
I
Where are you going with this?
so where I'll go with is it kind of with the music. So the customer has put on the questionnaire online that's come through to my phone. Hi, Studio Ninja.
Yeah.
And it said that we want this, but we want the last hour garage drum and bass, right?
Is
So
this where you're hiring me for the last hour?
well, this is that isn't my question, but what my question
Oh, really?
what my question is,
You
do
couldn't
you
afford me.
have do you have? What do you mean I couldn't afford you?
Go on, carry on anyway. Go
Yeah,
on, go on, go on.
No, you know, I've lost my train of
Your
thought now.
question, Studio Ninja, Garage Jungle, everything else at the end. Go on.
So I've got the captions at the bottom. I can read.
Yeah, okay.
Do you have a favourite genre? So someone comes and say, "I want this," and you give it, mate, that is right up my street. I mean, because we play a multitude of different genres, whatever gig we do, most gigs that we do. So do you, DJ Matty, do you have a favourite genre of music?
I am a garage head, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, massively. That was, even though I've been doing it a long time, when I started to work in a few clubs and other bits and pieces, garage, early noughties, the garage scene was my scene. I was going out to that. I was going into nightclubs like Duke's in Chelmsford back in the days, if anyone knows that.
Yeah.
And old Djjoncolley used to kick me out. No, he never kicked me out. I didn't even know he worked there. I brushed past the man, and as a little boy.
I was like that.
Yeah. It's like, where was that wind? Where was that wind come from that just brushed past me? But yeah, I was massive into the garage thing. Like that was my thing. And I DJ'd a lot of garage stuff.
Okay.
Hence why I don't think you could afford me for your gig that you got on your Studio Ninja on Saturday whilst we were on stage. But once again, this is another reason why, I'm a big advocate of Studio Ninja. You are. I know there's other people that, are in our circle that are using it who love it for all of those reasons. It's, what's your favourite?
You see, I do love like me with my commercial club music. So
in what period of time are we talking commercial?
The 90s.
Okay.
So I do like, Show Me Love, Hysteric Ego, Josh Wink, those sort of, that sort of, I really do. When I say we're doing, I love Bitch America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you got
Space Cowboy and Candy. Yeah, mate. I mean, you're lucky because on these podcasts, I've never wore a hat. Now, normally I wear a hat all the time.
You don't need a hat.
Keep your head warm. I've got no hair.
How are you going to wear the headphones?
Let me show you.
No, let's not.
No.
Listen, this is a podcast that people are listening to.
People can watch it. People can watch it.
The old trilbies are coming out. Right, now he looks like...
Bosh, done.
See, so this is another reason why you need to watch on Spotify or on YouTube just to see the silly hat that I say it's silly. Listen, everyone's got their little bit and pieces. Let's talk about clothing very, very quickly before we wrap up today's session because we are going well over our time. So when we do our silent discos, we have to wear the colour in which the channel we're operating on. All right, John knows where I'm going with this, right?
I know where you're going.
So, if you've seen his most recent TikTok this week, you would have seen what he put up around Guildford. However, right before I'm even going to allow him to even interject into this conversation, right? So if you're on the red channel, you have to wear something red, a red top. Green channel, green top. Blue channel, blue top. So I am very much into my sportswear. I love my football, obviously, as a number of people know. And I am a massive, massive fan of the NFL, American football, to the point where I've got a number of NFL shirts. And there I am at Guildford. We go into our green room in the cathedral to get changed. And I whip out one of my green NFL tops. And to which, at the same time as I'm pulling out my top, old Mr. Colley here has brought a brand new top, and he's got a blue NFL shirt on as well. So I'm wearing number 8. He's wearing number 12. Blue in colour. Mine's green in colour. Yeah, it just blew my mind a little bit, to be honest.
You know what? Girls do that thing. What are you wearing tonight? What are you wearing? We didn't do that.
No, we
We
didn't.
didn't do
And,
that.
and
Maybe
guess
we
what?
should have.
And guess what? And this week, in a few days' time, well, it depends on when you're listening to this podcast, but Thursday and Friday, we are back on stage together. And I've mixed up the order a little bit. So you can't wear your blue shirt on both nights. You're only wearing it on the one night. All right? Just letting you know.
Oh, slow down. This is no.
Did you read that text message? You're on the red channel and the blue channel that weekend.
No, I never read that. Must have missed that memo.
Yeah, you need to check your text message.
When did you send it?
Oh my, John.
No.
Really?
I'm sorry. Well, it's lucky because I've got a Prime account. I'll get a red top by tomorrow. No problem.
Yeah, if it's another NFL top, I am going to smash you in the face. Smash you in the face.
Such aggression.
Yeah,
You started off so excitable at the beginning of the podcast.
And you've now really annoyed me because you're dressing like me. That's the issue.
Mate, I didn't know you was going to wear that top.
Please. Anyway, listen, we're getting into a debate that we don't need to get on about because ultimately this podcast is now about to finish because we have run out of time this week. Episode 5, like I said, even before we'd even started, within the first minute, I said this was going to be the best one we've done today so far, and I totally agree. It has. Well, I agree.
It's been brilliant. No, really good.
It's been a great episode this week. As always, I want to say a big thank you to everybody who not to you, John. A big thank you to everyone that's supporting us with this podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
First and foremost, your comments that we've been getting from you have been amazing. It's really encouraging to see that. Please, not that I want to, be, another pat on the back of really, but it's great to hear what you're thinking and whether or not what we're talking about is hitting home with you guys. So please keep those comments coming. The YouTube page is there for you to add comments. Spotify, if depending on what account you have on Spotify, you can add comments into Spotify also. Likewise, we have our website address, thegroovejunction.com, so www.thegroovejunction.com, and our email addresses. So it's djmattyf at thegroovejunction.com, and it's djjoncolley at thegroovejunction.com as well. There are our email addresses as well. So if you want to get in touch for anything, let us know how it's going for you. If you've got any questions for us that we want us to talk about and bring up, we're more than happy to do that. But I want to say once again a massive thank you for giving us the support we've got in relation to this podcast, because it means the world for us.
It makes us want to carry on, doesn't it? It really does.
We put a lot of time and effort into it, and I say we.
No, he does.
Okay, John puts a little bit of time into it. I put a little bit more, but ultimately I want it to be right for everybody that's listening. Whether or not you're an established DJ and have been DJing for many years, or you're new to the industry and you want to get some tips and other bits and pieces, we are here for you, and that's the one reason why we decided that we wanted to do this. Just want to say that I've banged on about it for the last minute and a half, but thank you very, very much. This is episode 5. You can go and find us on all your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. Just search The Groove Junction. All of our content is out there. John, thanks very much for joining this week, as always.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, thanks for having you again. It's not mine, it's a joint effort, John. It's a joint effort. I'll see you in the week, John. No doubt we'll have another good session. And we will see you next week, or you'll hear us next week. As always, podcast drops every Tuesday, 10 a.m. in the morning. All right, go and subscribe, get that notification, and then we'll drop, and then you can listen to this to your heart's content.
Absolutely.
On that note, have a great week, everyone. We will see you next week. Goodbye from us.
See you later, guys. Thank you.